And of those, 59% said they were really suffering because there's been 10 consecutive cuts to rates, and that really reduces what they get on term deposits to about 3%. So very poor returns. We had one guy who was on 20,000 from these sort of deposits, and he's now on 7,500. So they've really had to tighten their belt, and they're asking the Reserve Bank to be more mindful of older Australians when it comes to this kind of monetary policy. Certainly the economy broadly comes first, but they ask to be thought of as well.
OK, so what's the best advice, do you think, for managing retirement income with bank deposit rates barely keeping up with inflation?
Well, obviously you have got to take more risk, and risk isn't necessarily a bad thing as long as you understand what it is. My advice, for what it's worth, is to diversify, to make sure that you are across a number of areas, so that spreads the risk, but really go to something like the Money Smart website, which ASIC, the Securities Investment Commission, run, because that really gives you good advice about where to find financial advisors in particular, but get also information that you can use that is unbiased and will help you avoid the sort of pitfalls which have happened to far too many people.
How do they do that, though? It's all well and good to say, but you know what? I mean, at a time like this, people are often more prone to take up high-risk investments and then fall prey to scammers. Is that a worry?
I think it definitely is, and there are scammers who target the elderly, and the Crime Commission had a report out a couple of years ago. The average loss was $130,000, so these weren't nickel and dime scammers. These are big times, but these are particularly people who offer inducements on the internet for very high returns. I hate to say it if it sounds too good to be true. In this case, they often are. So when you're in retirement, you really want to limit your exposure to risk and just make sure that you're in there for, you know, you're getting a decent return. It is possible, but you probably need some advice and help as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Christopher Zinn, good to see you from 50 Up. Thank you. As the